I got my hands on the 2nd gen top secret iPhone Air model for a teardown. It went directly from a single camera to a triple camera, and it even added dual speakers. The battery even surged from 3000 mAh by more than 2.5 times, directly hitting 8000 mAh. Hey, where did the logo go?
The powerful Honor 500 Pro just launched. I spent $4,000 to tear it down.
Let's compare this look to the iPhone Air. From the phone's size and the lens arrangement, it's truly very similar. Honor simply has 2 more cameras. If you look closely, Honor's 3 cameras, they are not actually on the same parallel line. The camera on the far right is shifted downwards. Though not as thin as the iPhone Air's 5.6mm, for this 8.3mm body to fit an 8000 mAh is already quite impressive, and it's not just the look that resembles Apple. Honor's system also feels very Apple-like now. Let's also include the Mate 80 standard version to check its screen brightness. In terms of brightness, it certainly matches its price range. The 8,000 yuan Apple is indeed the brightest. The Honor and Huawei models, both over 4,000 yuan, have similar brightness. However, none are as bright as the Mate 80 Pro Max's dual-layer OLED we tested previously. Huawei's is truly remarkable, you see. But if we consider darkness, the Honor screen is quite dim. Well, for those who love watching movies in a cozy setup, you're in luck. Okay, that's all for the exterior for now. So what about this phone's internal structure? How did such a thin body fit an 8000 mAh battery? All camera cutouts are symmetrical, but why is one not horizontally aligned? So let's just take it apart.
First, you'll need to heat it up and then carefully slice open the back cover.
This IP69K adhesive is really quite difficult to remove. Pause. Well, it's finally open now. Let's first cover the camera lens and also clean off the residual glue from the frame. You know, it's actually quite stress relieving. As for the phone's back cover, it's entirely made of glass, which is a definite plus. The mouthpiece uses the same liquid cold carving process as Apple, which isn't cheap. A small detail, in the middle of the back cover, there's a large buffer foam. This foam has 2 functions. First, it acts as a buffer when the phone falls. Second, when the phone plays audio, the speaker's vibration won't make the back cover shake your hand. Now let's look at the internal structure of the Honor 500 Pro. Out of 100, what score would you give it? It's been a while since I took apart an Honor phone. I'm surprised by how much Honor's internal design has improved. First, check out this graphene cooling system. It extends from the top all the way to the bottom. And the second thing you can see at a glance is this yellowish flat FPC cable on the side. This is its strap antenna. It's no longer those white small round wires from before. Designing it as a flat cable also frees up more space for the battery. Let's compare it to a regular phone. You see, older phones had a frame groove to hide the copper midline. This made the frame thicker. Also, the mid-frame's strength was weakened because it was hollow. This solid design is much better. And there's another subtle point. Its buttons are also very thin. You might not see it just by looking. Let's compare it to a normal phone's internal design. A regular phone's buttons internally look like this. It has an outer mechanical structure and an inner module connected to the motherboard. Altogether, it ends up this thick. But this Honor one seems to have everything integrated directly. At least on this side, you can't see its internal structure. This design has 2 benefits. First, its buttons aren't internal, so water won't easily get in. Another thing is its thinner bezels, which allows for more space for the battery. Alright, let's take off the motherboard cover. Halfway through, I noticed a detail. I thought this screw had a poorly installed copper wire showing, but looking closely, it's actually a small adhesive strip for tamper-proofing. See, you have to twist off this strip to get the screw out. This is quite good, unlike other tamper-proof labels, which are small stickers you might be able to stick back on. This one truly cannot be restored. Oh everyone, let's talk details. But looking closely at the motherboard cover, you'll find the small black circle at the camera's top right is highly integrated. This small circle integrates a light sensor, laser autofocus, and an infrared emitter, all 3. Below it, there's a single color temperature flash. The wireless charging coil supports 50-watt wireless charging. Once the motherboard cover is removed, you can see why the third camera isn't aligned with the other 2. That's because the rightmost camera has to make space for the top speaker, so it had to be shifted down like this. This way, it maintains both imaging capabilities and the dual speakers, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, right? iPhone Air. Okay, now let's remove this main camera. Oh, the Honor 500's camera setup is quite impressive. Its main camera has a 1.4-inch Samsung HP3 sensor with 200MP ultra-high pixels, a 12MP ultra-wide, and an IMX856 3x upright telephoto lens. Let's compare its photo and video quality to the iPhone Air and Huawei Mate 80. With the iPhone Air, the difference is quite significant. This really highlights the difference between digital and optical zoom. Compared to the Mate 80, their telephoto resolution is actually similar, but their tendencies differ. Huawei prefers to subtract, smoothing out details, while Honor prefers to add, enhancing details. I wonder which approach you prefer. This front camera supports Yago Portrait and it's 50 megapixels. I tried it and it even captures my stubble clearly. It's really something. Also, when disassembling the motherboard, be very careful. It's secured by 2 female screws underneath. If you apply force incorrectly, the motherboard can easily snap. And if the motherboard snaps, let's take it off. This is a standard single-layer tabular motherboard design, and the back has many heat dissipation components. Once the motherboard shield is removed, at the top is its RAM, and below this green one is its Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. The memory chip is in the bottom right corner. So, friends who've seen the internal layout will have noticed that its chip and camera are completely separated. The lens and chip, these two major heat sources, aren't stacked. This design is very beneficial for heat dissipation. I'm praising it so much, I almost thought I was advertising for Honor. Now, for a regret, its processor is still the previous generation Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, not the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Okay, let's remove the top speaker and measure its dimensions. Whoa, the supplier is Gore-Tex and the size is roughly 1012. Then we'll take out this bottom speaker. The supplier is also Gore-Tex and there's a recess. Could it be a coaxial speaker in there? Let's take a look. Oh, it's fully sealed. Can't see. So let's compare the sound quality. We'll use the iPhone Air as a foil. First, this is the iPhone. So, whose sound quality sounds best? The Honor 500 Pro also has a 200% volume mode. This is very convenient for seniors or those who enjoy shower music. Next, let's remove the charging port section. Take out the SIM tray and you'll see it's a horizontal slot, just like Huawei's. This charging port design allows for more vertical space for the battery. So, to accommodate an 8000 mAh battery, Honor has done a lot of refined design here, but it's a shame the charging port is USB 2.0, still a bit restrictive. As for charging speed, it's 80-watt flash charging. I haven't actually tested how long it takes to fully charge yet. This time, the fingerprint sensor uses a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint solution, which is very thoughtful. Taking apart the bottom speaker, the Honor 500 Pro uses a Z-axis vibration motor. Moving to the battery, its proportion is truly massive. Let's compare it with its big brother, the Mate 60 Ultimate design. You see, the Mate 60's body is a circle larger, but in comparison, the battery's proportion on the Honor is significantly bigger. Then Honor batteries utilize a single-cell dual-interface solution, providing longer lifespan and faster charging speeds. The manufacturer remains Dongguan ATL battery co-molida. Okay, this is the phone's internals. Let's reassemble it. The biggest highlight of the Honor 500 Pro phone is its 8000 mAh battery. However, as a sub-flagship, it still uses last generation Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. So if you're considering Honor but your budget isn't that high, you could actually check out Honor's previous flagship, the Magic 7 Pro. It also has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, faster charging and better camera specs. The Magic 7 Pro's price has now dropped from its launch price of $5,699 to just $2,598 on the used market. And now every John phone has an official quality report guaranteeing quality. Okay, reset complete. The Honor 500 Pro's look, strictly speaking, is a true design inheritance. How many of you guys still remember this phone? Hey, but this look still seems a bit off. I know. Hey, let's try this. You gotta admit, an Apple logo really makes it look cool, guys.